Hi everyone, this was Noelle from Petitti Garden Centers, and a great activity that you can do inside the house or even outside on a nice day in spring is seed starting, and we're using things to seed start from around the house. We've got activities here that you can do with the whole family, and you can kind of make your own seed growing containers. Now, in our seed starting video, we talk about you want to start with a sterile container. So all of these containers, they're all kind of like takeout containers. I even have like a cheese container here that was clear plastic, which is perfect. These types of things, you want to make sure that you wash with hot soapy water, okay? And then go ahead and rinse them. And then what we'd like to do is sanitize them in a low percentage bleach solution. So 1 part bleach, 10 parts water, okay? And then what you would do is you would just dip the whole wash tray into that bleach solution. You can let it soak for a little bit, and then you would basically bring it out of the bleach solution and then just let it dry off to the side or in a drainer or what have you. So start with sterile containers first before you seed start. You can tell all the different containers we have. I have a milk jug here. I've got the plastic a yogurt container, those will work. Anything that'll hold soil is going to work fine. And the other thing is you want to make sure that you poke holes in the bottom. Drainage is key, of course, when you're seed starting, because you never want the water to stay around the seeds. You always want it to drain through. Other thing that you do need, obviously, a seed starting mix. It could be any seed starter that you'd like. And then you do need your seeds. And from year to year, you can usually hold on to your seed packages if you don't use them all. And I'm going to say, as you continue to hold on to that package, so let's say if the package is 3 years old, the percentage just of germination or the way that they pop, it'll just keep on lowering year after year after year. So after about 3 or 4 years, you won't get a good germination on that seed pack. You can always try, but again, it's a little bit iffy at that point. So I do have some seeds, and we're at the end of March, beginning of April here, and it's really great to start your warmer crops inside, okay? So things like your peppers, your tomatoes, even your squash, those can be started inside under lights just to keep them a little bit warmer when you start. Your cold crops, things like your lettuces, broccolis, Swiss chard, and radishes, those can actually be started in containers if you want to, or if your soil is already prepped, you can actually direct sow them outside at this time of year. So something to keep in mind, but again, just to have around. Now I wanted to show you this. This is really easy to do, is making your own seed containers out of newspaper, if you still get the paper every once in a while. So basically what you do is you take a tomato paste can, whoop, that was upside down, tomato paste can, you go ahead and you measure a strip of newspaper. You lay out the newspaper, just one whole page, and you go ahead and you measure out the strip, and it should be just a little bit bigger than the tomato paste can. You cut all the way down the strip of newspaper, and then I'm going to show you, you can actually roll this up, just the one strip of paper, roll it right over the can. And then I've got a little bit of area where I can tuck these edges under. So I usually tuck the lip here of the paper. I usually tuck that part first, and then I just keep on tucking around the can. And then I have this tomato sauce can because I use the other can to sort of smash down the bottom and make it seal for you, okay? And then all you do is slip the tomato paste can out, and you've got your paper seed start. So that's a nice little newspaper planting cup. You can take these cups, you obviously can put them in a tray like this, carry-out tray if you want to. You can start your seedlings. You have a dome ready to go. So to keep the humidity in and the moisture around the seedlings, that's always really good. You close the dome. You check them out every day. You take your misting bottle. You go ahead and open the dome every day. Check the soil moisture. Go ahead and watch. If you need to, you can go ahead and spray mist to keep the soil moisture just moist, not soggy, okay? And then you'd go ahead and you'd close the dome and you keep the dome on until those seeds pop or germinate, okay? So when the seeds start to develop, you see the stem come up, some of the cotyledon leaves starting to appear. That's actually when you take this dome off. You can remove it if you need to, but you don't necessarily need all of that excess moisture and humidity in there. So that's something to keep in mind too. The last thing that I wanted to show you was microgreens. And microgreens, when you're growing your own, it is a very easy thing to do year round, okay? Again, you can take some of your carry-out containers, make sure again that they're clean and sterile. They have the drainage holes in the bottom. You can fill them with like, I don't know, there's about 1 inch of seed starting soil here. I pre-moistened it with my spray bottle, okay? And then microgreens are usually your cold crops because they start really, really quickly and you get good results within about a week or two, okay? So I'm just gonna grab my lettuce mix. This is the spicy salad mixture. And what I'm gonna do with lettuce, and with microgreens, you don't have to be careful when you're seeding. You don't have to put in like 2 in a cell or 3 in a cell. You can just put some seeds in your hand and then you're gonna go ahead and you are just gonna sprinkle them right over the top, okay? Pretty densely. So kind of like salting, what Angela says, salting a hamburger, okay? So you're just gonna sprinkle the seeds over the top. So you can see them and they're spread out. They're not on top of each other, but they're spread out. And then you're just gonna tamp them down a little bit. Seeds they just need contact with the soil, the lettuce seeds. They don't go too deep. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and spray mist them. They're moving around a little bit because my sprayer is a little bit stronger than what I wanted. And then I'm gonna close the container and I'm gonna put it in a nice sunny window, okay? And these guys are gonna sprout probably with lettuce in a sunny window, usually about 3 to 5 days. And the whole idea with microgreens is you are growing that plant, that vegetable, that edible, if you will, and you want them to grow up densely. And then you are going to cut all of them at the base when they're about 2 inches tall, 2 to 3 inches tall, and they have 2 sets of true leaves on them. And they are awesome for salad greens, on sandwiches, really, really good, very, very nutritious. And again, you start this one this week, and then you go ahead and you start another type of microgreen next week. So again, keep your cold crop seeds on hand. You can use your microgreens and start them weekly, literally year round, and it's a really fast result. The kids will love it because you're eating something that comes up pretty quickly. Enjoy.